It is right there. You know this word. You know exactly what it means. You can feel its shape, maybe its first letter, almost its rhythm. You can picture the actor, recall the film, describe the face, but the name will not come. It is on the tip of your tongue. This experience is so common that almost every language on earth has a phrase for it, and most of them point to the same place: the mouth, the tongue, as if the word were a physical thing, stuck somewhere just out of reach. So what is actually happening in your head when a word gets trapped? Start with the strangest part. When you are in this state, you often know a startling amount about a word you cannot say. In experiments, people stuck on a word can correctly guess its first letter. They can guess how many syllables it has. They can sometimes name a word that sounds similar. They are standing right next to the word in the dark, touching everything around it, unable to grasp the word itself. That single fact tells scientists something deep about how memory works. A word in your mind is not stored in one piece. It is stored in parts. There is the meaning of the word, the idea of it, and separately, there is the sound of the word, how it is actually pronounced. These live in different places in your brain, connected by a link. Usually, the link fires instantly. You think of the meaning, and the sound arrives so fast it feels like one motion. The tip of the tongue state is what it feels like when that link weakens. You have grabbed the meaning. The concept is right there, vivid and complete. But the connection to the sound has gone faint, and the word's pronunciation will not load. You are holding half of the word and reaching for the other half. Researchers even have a name for the leading theory. They call it transmission deficit. The signal from meaning to sound does not fully transmit, and it explains the clues people get. You catch fragments of the sound, the first letter, the rhythm, the syllable count, because a weak signal still leaks a little information through. So which words get stuck? Not the ones you would guess. It is rarely common everyday words. It is names, proper nouns, the title of that one movie, the word for a thing you know perfectly well but rarely say out loud, and the reason fits the theory exactly. The strength of that link between meaning and sound depends on how often you use it. Words you say constantly have thick, strong connections. A name you have not spoken in months has a thin, fragile one, easy to misfire. That is also why it gets worse as you get older. The links weaken slowly with age, so tip-of-the-tongue moments become more frequent. It is usually not a sign of anything wrong. It is just a well-used library where some of the index cards have faded. But here is the cruelest twist. The harder you chase the word, the more it hides. When you strain for it, you often summon up a wrong word instead, a similar one, an imposter that fits the rhythm. And once that wrong word is in your head, it acts like a blockade. Your brain keeps slamming into the imposter, and the real word cannot get through. Psychologists sometimes call these ugly sisters, the annoying near misses that crowd out the one you want, which is why the best solution feels like magic. Stop trying. Think about something else, walk away, let it go. And then, 10 minutes later, in the shower or halfway through a sentence about something unrelated, the word simply appears, calm and complete, as if it had been waiting for you to stop staring at it. That happens because once you stop forcing the imposter, the weak link finally gets a quiet moment to fire on its own. So the tip of the tongue is not a glitch, it is a window. For a few frustrating seconds, the seamless machine of language jams, and you get to see its hidden gears. You learn that a word is two things, not one. That meaning and sound are stitched together by a thread, and that the thread, like everything in the brain, can fray. The miracle is not that words occasionally get stuck. The miracle is that, thousands of times a day, they do not. Now you know. The word, by the way, will come to you in about an hour.